Hello investors and future investors, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will show you where I'm at with growing my portfolio and the steps I'm taking to get it to $10,000 by the end of year. I'll also let you in on the quarterly update since we're at the end of March. I'll also introduce you to my dividend stocks and how I'm using them to grow the portfolio much faster. And lastly, I'll show you the next stock to be added to my portfolio. I'll definitely need your help with this one. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. On this channel, we help you with option strategies, dividends, and other investments that can give you consistent revenue. We can all make weekly revenue if we want to, so I'll definitely show you what I'm doing on my end in order to generate revenue. Now, all I ask in return for this free content is an early thumbs up by you hitting the like button and consider subscribing for more ways to increase your investments. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Hello future investors and traders, welcome back to the channel. Today's video will be action-packed since a lot of changes were made since my last portfolio update at the end of January. And for continuity purposes, you can check out that video by clicking the link above. The goal of this channel is to get this portfolio to $10,000 before the end of year by utilizing investments and trading strategies. And I guarantee that it will be done because I have done it before. You can see my track record by checking out some of my other videos. Now, the reason I make these videos is to show you that anyone can start with as little as $300 and grow your portfolio exponentially without taking lots of risk. So, as per my last video, where I've had 10 stocks that I use to trade options, I have sold most of them to trim down the portfolio while still generating the same income. The issue with having 10 stocks in a small options portfolio is that you're limited by the day trading rule. So I was forced to close options on Fridays so as to not have to sell covered calls on them again until the following Monday. So let me introduce you to the 4 stocks that I'm using to generate $100 weekly. Stay with me, I will be giving you a step-by-step tutorial on how I'm growing this portfolio and the progress thus far. The results may shock you. So stock number 1, we have Teladoc, ticker TDOC. Now I do own 100 shares of Teladoc. I do own 100 shares in all my options portfolio as well as my dividend stocks. And the reason for this is that if there's an opportunity for me to sell covered calls on my dividend stocks, I will definitely be doing that in order to generate additional income. Stock number 2 we have in the portfolio is going to be Upstart, ticker UPST. Now this is the second stock in the portfolio that I'm using to help generate $100. Now let's move ahead to the third stock. The third stock in the portfolio is going to be Marathon Digital, or ticker MARA. So you guys can definitely take a look at these stocks before investing, and please do your own due diligence. The fourth stock I have in the options portfolio that's helped me generate that $100 monthly for the options revenue is going to be Li Auto, ticker LI. Now, these 4 stocks make up the options portfolio and gives me about $100 income on a weekly basis. And I'll do one example so you guys can see the simplicity of this strategy, and then we're going to move on to the dividend stocks. Let's use Li Auto as an example since we already have it up. So with Li Auto, all I'm doing is selling covered calls to generate weekly revenue. And this is an example of how I do that. Firstly, you need to own 100 shares. Once you do that, then we're going to go to Trade Li Options. We're going to make sure it says sell and call, and now we're going to choose our expiration date. We'll be using the expiration date of April 6th since the expiration date of March 31st is only 2 days away. Now, my personal strategy is always to look for a chance of profitability of 80% or higher. Now, that 80% or higher chance of profitability is going to give me the strike price of $26.50. Now, this strike price of $26.50 is going to pay me 27 cents or $27. Each option contract is multiplied by 100 shares. So this is one stock paying $27. That combined with the other 3 stocks gives me 4 stocks that pays an average of $25. Some is going to give me higher than 25, some is going to give me lower, but the average is $25, which gives me a consistent $100 on a weekly basis. Now, since I do get $100 weekly from option income, the total monthly option income is about $400. Now, this $400 is almost passive income because I mostly sell options Fridays before market close, and it literally takes me less than 5 minutes. So in actuality, what I'm doing is that I'm trading 20 minutes of my time on a monthly basis in order to generate $400 income. In my opinion, that's a pretty good deal because I do have to work like everyone else. Now, moving on to the dividend portfolio. Now, stock number one, we have Gladstone Capital, ticker GLED. Now, like I mentioned before, I do own 100 shares of Gladstone Capital, and Gladstone Capital happens to be a monthly payer of dividends. So with Gladstone Capital, I do have 100 shares, and that pays me $7.50 on a monthly basis. Now, stock number two in the dividend portfolio is going to be Prospect Capital, ticker PSEC. Now, Prospect Capital is also a monthly dividend payer, and I do receive $6 of dividends every single month. Now, the third stock we have in the dividends portfolio is going to be Gladstone Investment, ticker GAIN. And this is not to be mistaken for Gladstone Capital. Now, Gladstone Investment is also a monthly payer, and I do receive $8 in monthly dividend. Now, let's move on to the fourth stock in the dividend portfolio, and that's going to be Medical Properties Trust, ticker MPW. Now, MPW pays out on a quarterly basis, but this works out to be $9.66. When we round it up, that's going to be about $10 on a monthly basis. Now, this brings the total monthly dividend payments that I receive without doing anything to $31.50. Now, unlike the options part of the portfolio, the dividend side is completely passive income. Since I already own all the stock, I do keep receiving regular dividends. In order to grow the dividend portfolio super fast, I have signed up for the DRIP program, which is short for Dividend Reinvestment Program. And as you may have guessed it, all the dividends received are automatically used to buy even more shares of the respective stocks. This is a game changer because most of these dividends are almost enough to buy an additional stock of the company every single month. Now, in order to see the future value of this portfolio, we will need to add $31.50 in monthly dividends and $400 in monthly option income. Then we're going to multiply that by 9 since there's only 9 months left within the year. And that's going to give us a total of $383.50, which we're going to round up to $3,884. Now, we're now going to add that amount to the current cash value of this portfolio, which is about $5,100. Now, I say cash value because I am using margin as well. Now, $5,100 plus $3,884 is going to give us a total of $8,984, which will leave us short of our 10K goal by $1,016. Now, we do have a shortage, but there's still no need to worry. We will get the portfolio to 10K. Now, this $1,016 can come by way of stock appreciation for the 9 months, which means that over the 9 months that we will be growing this portfolio, it may increase in value. I have to let you know that we don't actually have any control of stock appreciation, which leads me to the second way that we can bridge the gap, and that's by regular contributions. So by regular contributions, I mean we can add money to the portfolio regularly. And if you do it on a monthly basis, you will have to contribute about $112. Or on a weekly basis, this works out to be $28. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a lot of money to invest in yourself and your future portfolio. I personally add $150 weekly to the portfolio, but you can add as much as you can afford. It does not make any sense to add to the portfolio and the next week you need to withdraw the money. So please feel free to contribute at your own pace. So here you have it, a simplified way to grow your portfolio to 10K without much risk. Now, if I have left everything out, please let me know in the comments below. Now, let's go over where we're at for the month. Now, for the day, as you can see, I am up $103, which works out to be about 2.5%. But what this video is really about is how we're going to grow this portfolio to $10,000 and the monthly progress that we will be making. So let's jump into the 1 month and see how we did. Now, for the month, we are down about $800, which represents 13% of the portfolio. The market has been a downtrend for a long time now, but if you move over to the quarterly breakdown, we should be able to get a better picture. Now, if we look at this on a quarterly basis, we can see that the portfolio is still up. We're up about $500, which represents 11%. The whole point of this is to show you how to visualize your portfolio, not only on a micro scale, but also on a macro scale as well. If you monitor your portfolio on a daily basis, which is the worst way to monitor any portfolio, you will see lots of ups and downs. Once you go to a macro level and monitor it on a 3-month basis, you can actually see whether you're actually making progress or not. And you could keep monitoring it on a quarterly basis. Now, the one reason to watch your portfolio on a daily or even weekly basis is only to see your small gains. Remember, the small gains always keeps you in the game. Now, lastly, I have two stocks that I'm considering adding to my dividend side of the portfolio, ItG&x or AT&T. My question for you is, which one should I be adding first? Let me know in the comments below. Now, we have lots of investment strategies on this channel, so if you want to join the weekly income team, like and subscribe right now. Also, hit the notification bell right now to get an alert whenever I post a video, but most importantly, please share this video with someone you think can benefit from its content. Let's help as many as we can. Remember, a salary will give you a living, but your investment gains will give you a lifestyle.